Hi class, Mrs. Calvi here. I'm going to be doing a review on solving two-step equations. What we've done up until now has been solving one-step equations. So in this case, there's just going to be an extra step, pretty simple. So let's get started. So I am solving 2n plus 5 is equal to 13. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, of course, draw my lines to make things nice and neat. I want to get rid of that plus 5. I'm going to do that first. Before worrying about the 2 that I have with my variable. So I'm going to look at what is by itself first and move that over. So I'm going to subtract 5 on both sides. This positive and negative cancel. I'm now left with 2n is equal to, and I would take 13 minus 5, and I would get 8. Now I'm not done. Remember, my variable has to be by itself, meaning a 1, in this case, n. But I have a 2n. So now, in order for me to get rid of that 2, this is a multiplication problem, right? We're going to use division to solve. So we are going to divide both sides by 2. These 2 cancel. I finally have n by itself. And then I'm going to do 8 divided by 2, which gives me 4. So my final answer here is n is equal to 4. All right, pretty simple. Let's try another one. Okay, so here I have 19 is equal to negative 3p minus 8. So I want to get rid of what is by itself first. So in other words, this minus 8, that's considered our constant, okay, right? So in order to get rid of that minus 8, I am going to add 8 to both sides. The negative and positive on the right cancel. I'm going to be left with negative 3p on the right. Drop down my equal sign. I'm now going to do 19 plus 8, which gives me 27. And now I need to get rid of that negative 3. This is multiplication. I'm going to use division. So I am dividing both sides by negative 3. Remember, when we multiply and we divide, we need to take the sign with it. So that negative sign has to come with us. All right, so now these negative 3's cancel. I'm left with p is equal to, figure out your sign first. I have a positive divided by a negative. A positive divided by a negative is going to give me a negative for our final answer, and then 27 divided by 3 is 9. So my final answer is p is equal to negative 9. Don't forget, you guys can still do the check. You plug in negative 9 for p. So here I have negative 3 times negative 9. Negative times a negative is a positive, so that would give me a positive 27, and then minus 8. A positive 27 minus 8 does in fact give me 19, so I know my answer has to be correct. Okay? Okay, here we have 8 plus m divided by 4 is equal to 17. I want to get rid of what is by itself first. That's this positive 8. So I'm going to subtract 8 on both sides to get rid of that. My positive and negative 8 cancel. I am going to be left with m divided by 4 is equal to, whoops. Okay, that gives us 9. So now this is a division problem with my variable. I'm going to use multiplication to get rid of that 4. So I'm going to multiply by 4 on both sides. These 4's cancel. M is equal to 9 times 4 is equal to 36. And I would plug in 36 for my m. I would have to do division before addition, thinking of PEMDAS, order of operations. 36 divided by 4 is 9. And then 9 plus 8 does in fact give us 17, so we know that our answer is correct. Okay, here we want to get rid of this minus 12 first, so we are going to add 12 to both sides. This positive and negative 12, these cancel. We're left with u divided by 6 is equal to 3 plus 12 is 15. This is division, so I need to use multiplication. I'm going to multiply both sides by what I want to get rid of, and the 6 is what I want to get rid of. These 6's will cancel. I will drop down my u, drop down my equal sign. I would then do 15 times 6, and that gives me an answer of 90. So my final answer is U is equal to 90. Okay. Now I did want to go over a word problem. So I'm going to read the word problem to you. It says a new one-year membership at Vista Tennis Center costs $160. So for a one-year membership, it's costing $160. Okay. A registration fee of $28 is paid up front. So a registration fee, I'm just going to abbreviate to save time, costs $28. And the registration fee that's always a one-time fee. All right. And then the rest is paid monthly. How much do new members pay each month? So we want to know how much to pay each month. So I kind of need to come up with an equation. Okay, there's a question mark there. I kind of had to squeeze it in. All right, so think about this. We are figuring out how much per month. Well, we know there are 12 months in a year, right? So 12 months, M for months, because we're looking to find out how much we're paying per month. And we know that there are 12 months in a year. So that's how I'm coming up with the 12M, right? I know I'm going to have to add that one-time registration fee. That's going to be $28. So I have to add that in because it's kind of like when you go to the gym and you have to pay a membership, right? You have to pay that one-time fee. And then they're telling us that for the entire year, it costs $160. So in this case, this is how I came up with my equation. There are 12 months. We don't know how much we pay each month because that's our unknown. So that's why I put the M there for my unknown, how many months, how much we're paying per month, plus that one-time registration fee of $28. And we know it's going to cost $160 total. Okay, so now to figure out how much we're going to pay each month, we're just going to solve for that M. We are going to subtract the 28 from both sides, right? I'm going to have to erase and give myself some more room, guys. Sorry. I'll move it up here. I'll just rewrite the whole thing. Make it a little easier. Okay, so we had 12M plus 28 is equal to 160. And now we're just solving for the M. So we're subtracting 28 from both sides. Whoops. We're going to be left with 12M is equal to 132. Now we need to divide both sides by 12. And then if we were to do 132 divided by 12, we would get M is equal to 11. And that is dollars because they are paying $11 per month plus the $28 registration fee, which is going to then cost them a total of $160 for the year. Okay, that is it for now, and I will